the online space is quickly being taken over by AI or people managing various AI bots. So you can now quite easily find some form of AI and put your questions into that, and it'll generate an answer. When I write on Quora, it is totally taken over by AI. The most popular writers now, the top 10, I would say, currently, are AI. I think they've changed the system by how they manage it, but the people that get the most views are all managed by the same person or bot. They continuously upvote each other. And they spew out the same kind of stuff, and it's pseudo-true. It's pseudo-true. Because the problem with AI is that when it feeds upon itself, it starts to produce rubbish. And so because it feeds on the internet and because it's proliferating, more and more of what it's sampling is written by AI. The main kind of thing that happens is that a picture of a narcissist is being created, and this picture is not true. Because this picture is far too detailed. It'll get you lost in the weeds. Does a narcissist do this? Oh yes, absolutely they do that. Blah, 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 and this is why, and da, 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 da. But really, narcissists are capable of doing almost anything because they're after attention. So will a narcissist do this or that? Does it get them attention? Then yes, they might well do it. It'll depend upon the cost. They want attention, but they don't want violence or, to be shunned from a group, to be kicked out, exiled. It's much better that you just get a very, very simple idea of what a narcissist is. Otherwise, you are going to be looking for something that's not there, and you won't see the actual narcissists. You are now looking for a very, very specific person. And you could well be discussing with narcissists about looking for these people, all these people that you think are also empaths or what have you, are actually narcissists. You're now surrounding yourself with more and more narcissists as you tunnel, you sort of tunnel your vision, looking for very, very specific set of behaviors. And so, of course, you'll be preyed on even more by narcissists, and your situation will get worse. You won't understand what's going on because you are basically ingesting rubbish. And this will get worse over time because it's a proven fact that when AI samples itself, it produces garbage. More and more of the information online is garbage now. It's just total crap. You'd do better probably to pick up a book, from the 60s or something on, maladaptive personalities at this point, or criminals, someone who actually has had lived experience, hard data. It's turning into essentially opinion. This is inevitable. It's inevitable that the internet will just turn into garbage because it's being overrun by AI. AI which is sampling itself. It's taking its own opinions, or it's taking other people's opinions, and then it's using those as the sort of first principles. It's using that as fact. So that's when you get magical thinking. You get it when you take a false premise and you apply logic to it. So for example, the narcissist loves me, or this person loves me. So because you have that false idea in your head, you are now thinking magically. You're trying to bend everything that's happening into this picture with the narcissist loving you when they don't at all. But because you can't get past that first premise, that false premise, nothing makes sense. So I would say to you that does a narcissist do this or does a narcissist do that? Very much depends upon if they can get away with it or not, if it will get them attention. You need a very, very simple model of what a narcissist is. Just someone who wants attention. And they're prepared to hurt other people to get attention. They don't care. They just want attention. They don't care if you need your attention for yourself, if you need it for your kids, your pets, your job, your family. They don't care. They deserve it. So they're going to find a way to get your attention. So, in many cases, they've promised you something. They've promised to be somebody, to be this dream lover, this fantastic person, this answer to all your problems. And so they've created that picture in your head by sleight of hand, and now you believe it, and so you are working from there. Everything you do is based on that. The narcissists themselves is a form of AI because they do what is popular. They're trying to get attention. It doesn't matter what the truth is. What do people think the truth is? That's what the narcissist will attach to, because they're not interested in reality. They're rats on a sinking ship. They just want to nibble, nibble, nibble. Chew, chew, chew. That's all. They're not thinking about what they're doing. They could be chewing through ropes, wires, sail. They don't care. They just want to chew. They're short-term individuals. They get their information from others because they're trying to impress others. If they find some truth and nobody wants to hear it, they discard it. The truth is not what they're after. They're after consensus. The consensus that they are great or important. It's this idea of, sort of ties into this idea of unity that we're getting at the moment. This idea, it's been steadily growing over the decades, that it's important to be united. That's what's the most important thing, just to be united. As long as we're all together, as long as we're all socializing, we're together, we're united, that's all we need. We don't have to be honest about it. We just have to be together, have to be one. But that's going to be your advantage over the narcissist. They're trapped. They're trapped in that world where they have to get others to buy in on their value. Are they valuable? Well, what do other people think? Is this good? What do other people think? What does everyone think? They don't know. They can't know anything by themselves. They don't care to do that. They want to get as much attention as possible. They want to bathe in it, to be as important as they can be. So a covert narcissist arguably can't take too much attention. It would overwhelm them. They take as much as they can. And as they become more psychopathic, they can endure it. They're more robust, so they can handle the criticism a bit better. And also yourself, it's important that you opt out of this whole artificial intelligence, crowdsourced information sphere that the world is turning into. You've got to do your own research, which is why I suggest you get into your hobbies and do things that you enjoy, because then you'll be faced with reality, and it doesn't care. Your paints, your tools, they don't care what you think. You just had better know how to use them, otherwise you won't get a good result. If you immerse yourself in reality, it keeps you level, keeps you solid, keeps you clear-eyed. You eventually will start to feel what a narcissist is. You'll be in their presence and it'll just feel, something will feel off. The only change will be is that when you used to encounter this kind of thing, you actually went towards it. You were drawn to it. Now you know that it's bad. It's addictive and it's bad. So you've got to get away from it. You've got to reduce its impact on you. You've got to reduce your time around it. So you can think of it like, I like to think of narcissists as emitting smoke. So you can hang around and get intoxicated on that smoke, but once you realize it's not good for you, that same signal that once drew you in pushes you out. And I don't think it's too important to go through all the red flags, because otherwise, as I say, you'll get lost. You'll feel it. You'll just feel that this person is contemptuous. They don't seem to care. You bring up reality to them and it doesn't really interest them so much as what's popular. What's the consensus? That's what's important. What do people think the truth is? If you bring up reality to them, you'll give them an injury. They're pretending something. They're living in a fantasy world. You get a feel for it. And the more that you spend alone, immersed in reality, the easier it will be for you to sense when you are traveling out of reality and into fantasy land, into this AI world of garbage. It's like old King Canute sitting on the beach. He's going to stop the tide from coming in, and everybody believes him. But he doesn't. Or the emperor with his new clothes. Everybody thinks he's got the most wonderful clothes on, but he's actually naked. In order to see through things, you have to spend time alone, immersed in a world where people's opinions do not matter. Only the truth matters. Society is getting more and more fictional now. It's not working, and people are doubling down on it because they can't bear to think what would happen if things were to change radically, if certain things were to disappear. This is what they know. People's worlds are collapsing out there now, and they're becoming desperate. So you're not going to get, people with a better grasp of reality. It's going to be the opposite. I would argue that the neurotypical is a subclinical narcissist. It's not that they want you to worship them so much as to worship humanity or society, progress. This kind of new vision for us, moving away from our ancestors who were more rooted in reality because it was hard, life was hard, and if you were a fantasist, you died. Your children died, you starved. Now you can live on fantasy. They print out fantasy money. Just keep printing it out. It wasn't the same when things were based upon, say, gold or silver or resources, tangible things. Now they're based on crypto and podcasts, blockchain, and promises of the future, colonizing Mars and a democratic world of peace and freedom. But you don't get peace and you don't get freedom without a rigorous understanding of reality. And you never really are free, because reality won't let you be free. It must be attended to. And peace you can only obtain through working. If you do nothing, you will run out of peace very quickly. Your stomach will begin to eat at you. There's no peace or freedom without work. It's something that has to be worked at to be maintained. It's sort of an illusion, you could say. So I urge you to spend more time in reality, and that will actually help you to know what a narcissist is, more so than constantly poring over all the red flags, the tens of thousands of red flags, the 58 ways, the 69 shades of narc. It gets ridiculous. It gets crazy out there with all these numbers and all these descriptions. It's just people making money. I would do it myself too if I were a little less scrupulous. But then I would have to live with the detest that would generate, which is a detestable thing to do. The idea is that you go towards reality, and the narcissist helps you go towards reality. You experience their insanity, and you think, what the hell was that? I don't want to do that. Like the frog in the pot, the heat's been turned up when you meet the narc, and you want to leap out. Perhaps if you had just hung around with neurotypicals all the time, you would be slowly boiled, but the narc has hurt you and woken you up. This is your chance to get free from the fantasy, get some reality going. It's not a small thing. This is not divorced from your life, the narcissist. It's not as though it's just like a game that you're playing, or it's just a thing that happens. It's just a thing, just these narcissists around. It's some sort of cosmic mistake. No, this is directly related to our society and the increasing unrealness of it, and hypocrisy and insanity that's going on out there. The narcissist is a symptom of that. It's not simply about you being an empath and a special person with good qualities that they want. No. It's about you being fantasy prone too, and coming across someone who's so much better at it than you. And hopefully you'll be repulsed. You'll realize what you've been dabbling, a dilettante, and now you don't want to do that anymore. So I advise you, the next time you want to know the 1001 red flags of the red-breasted warbler narc, instead you go outside and you start doing something. You do something real, and that reality you will take with you into the next social situation that you're in, and it will help you to discern who's full of shit and who's got their feet on the ground.